You're listening to WTIM, your information station. It's time now for your expanded local news. Federal officials are pressing Illinois election authorities to hand over the state's unredacted voter registration database. The U.S. Department of Justice has given the State Board of Elections until Monday, September 1st, to comply with their order. Illinois previously had provided a version of the voter list that included names, addresses, voting history, and registration dates. But sensitive information like birth dates, driver's license numbers, and portions of Social Security numbers were redacted under state and federal privacy laws. The Justice Department says it needs the full, unredacted database to review whether Illinois is complying with the National Voter Registration Act, which requires states to keep voter rolls accurate by removing registrations for people who have died, moved, or are otherwise ineligible. Federal officials are also requesting data on voter removals since 2022 and a list of election officials responsible for maintaining the rolls. The state election board maintains that releasing the additional personal information would violate both federal and Illinois privacy protections. The Justice Department has not yet explained why it considers the unredacted data necessary for its review. However, their order still stands for September 1st of 2025. State Senator Steve McClure stopped by the Farm Progress Show in Decatur on Wednesday to talk a little about agriculture and the steps they are taking in Springfield to help farmers. One thing that Senator McClure says is a focus is regulations, the estate tax, and farmers getting pulled over while transporting their crops.
The main thing is regulations right now for a lot of these farmers. Also talking about the estate tax. Trying to eliminate that. And the other thing that we have is we have some farmers that have complained to me about getting pulled over while they have been taking grain and getting their trucks weighed and things like that. And so that's been another issue. And so I did vouch to, or I did tell them I was going to talk to the state police about that and see what can be done here, because, you know, we've got a lot of crime in our state right now. I don't think we should be focused on trying to harass farmers and people that are supporting the number one industry in our state, which is agriculture.
State Senator Steve McClure says it is important to keep up and work with the Director of Agriculture in Illinois.
Well, I think the first thing is making sure we have a good line of communication with the Director of Agriculture. And there have been some rumored changes in the last few years that were kind of about to take place. And then we heard from farmers, no, don't do that. And we work with the Director of Agriculture to try to stop some of those changes that would have been detrimental to farmers. So I think having a good relationship with the Department of Agriculture, I think Jerry Costello is doing a good job and he's a good man. I think that's important, but I think it's also the most important thing is anyone that has any suggestions, come to see me. I filed and passed 2 bills this most recent year. The year before I passed 7 bills out of the Senate. Every single one of those bills was an idea from a constituent. So I would just encourage anybody, if you have specific concerns about particular regulations, come see me, senatormcclure.com, come to the office, I'll visit with you, and maybe I'll file a bill and we can do something about it.
State Senator Steve McClure was a guest on the WTIM morning show from the Farm Progress Show in Decatur. Pana is preparing for the annual Tri-County Fair that started as of yesterday and the Labor Day parade set for Monday morning. The fair runs from Wednesday through Monday, and the size and scope of these events make them notable across the state, and local officials seek a local economic boost from attracting visitors. It's all set to take place in a downtown area, which is the site of multiple improvement projects relating to buildings and roads. Kirby Kasner is the Economic Development Director for the city of Pana. She says the Tri-County Fair will have new races and other events this year.
The Pana Tri-County Fair kickstarts tomorrow with the pageant. So we will have all of that starting, and that will go from Wednesday through Labor Day. So bunch of different features. I highly suggest if anybody's interested coming to the Pana Tri-County Fair to check out their Facebook page. They have, they'll have posts that have the entire calendar for the week planned out on what the events are, and then they have separate posts that highlight just those special events. But I mean, anything from horse races to live music to demo derby to, I think this year they're having side-by-side races, which is new, I believe. But lots of different things in addition to just the fair itself.
At the tail end of the fair dates is the Labor Day parade. It's said to be the largest such downstate parade.
Yep, that's what we have always been told, is that our Labor Day parade is the largest Labor Day parade in downstate Illinois. It is a very big deal. A lot of people put in a lot of hard work to have that Labor Day parade happen. I've been in the parade a few times for different things, over the years, and it's really neat. And a lot of the areas on the parade route, you'll see it'll be 10, 12 people deep. I mean, it really brings a lot of people. And I think that that's maybe something that we should talk about on our next segment next month is I'm going to pull some cell phone data and kind of see what crowd we have this year. I know last year it brought in around 10 to 11,000 people just for that one day.
Man.
So, yeah. And then you can also kind of see where people were coming from as well. It's a very big event for us.
Away from the festivities, Kasner is keeping a close eye on construction projects in Pana. One effort involves the former Bohannon's building on South Locust Street, where contractors are looking to restore parts of the building while otherwise maintaining its historical feel.
It actually had a molded cast iron column and glass facade. There's, it's not a brick building or anything of that nature. We were always under the understanding that they put up this metal siding because there might have been some issues with the brick. Well, it's not even a brick building to begin with. It's a beautiful, ornate, and unique cast iron column and glass building. So we have all of that uncovered. On one side of the building, the glass is still intact. They're 12-foot double hung original windows. They're just beautiful. But on the south side of the building, the windows have been taken out, but the framing is still there for us to rebuild the windows if that's the route that we go. But I mean, we just uncovered just an amazing piece. A building that I wasn't even crazy about the city of Pana acquiring has turned into probably one of the neatest buildings that we have.
In addition, city leaders are celebrating the finish of newly paved roads leading to Pana Community Hospital. Kasner says this will make the journey to the hospital, especially by ambulance, smoother in more ways than one.
9th Street is about a 4-block stretch between Route 51 and Chestnut Street here in Pana. Anybody who has gone to Pana Hospital at all for any reason in the last several years has noticed that the condition of the road is not great. Then you combine that with looking over to the south and seeing, our beautiful hospital with its, recent renovations, and the road doesn't quite match what you're driving to, which is unfortunate. Also doesn't create a very pleasurable experience traveling either to or from the hospital, whether it be private transportation or in an ambulance. It was just starting to serve as a not a very good situation for the hospital or for those who utilize the hospital. So Pana Community Hospital Foundation fundraised, and they had that entire 4-block stretch resurfaced, and it's almost unrecognizable now. If that's
More information on Pana's economic development work is on their city website, cityofpana.org. Kirby Kasner appeared as a guest on the WTIM Pana Morning Show. This will conclude the first portion of your expanded local news, and it's brought to you by First National Bank of Taylorville.
I'm James Kirk, Vice President at First National Bank in Taylorville. I get it. Switching banks sounds like a chore, but we make it easy. I've helped people and businesses move their accounts with less hassle than they've expected and more personal service than they've ever gotten before. We've been here for nearly 70 years, a true community bank that's not going anywhere. If you're ready to make a change, we're ready to help. First National Bank in Taylorville, first every time for nearly 70 years. Member FDIC.
Schools in Nokomis are going through many changes entering another school year. They are welcoming many new faces when it comes to both staff and students. In terms of students, leaders are touting higher enrollment, including multiple students from abroad. Key foundational changes to the curriculum are taking effect this academic year, and completed renovations are expected to improve the experience for all that are involved. This year's enrollment includes 35 new students, which for a school district like that of Nokomis' size is a significant boost. As Superintendent Dr. Scott Dorr explains, there are also 2 foreign exchange students that are joining the school's community.
And we also have welcomed 2 foreign exchange students this year that are being supported by host families, one from Italy and one from South Korea. They're both high school kids, and they're doing fabulous. I love bringing in foreign exchange students because it gives our students, a different perspective on education, a different perspective on life, and teaches them about culture from other parts of the world. So that's always exciting to get. We've had several over the years, and we obviously welcome the two we have this year. But it looks like our population, our enrollment is increasing, and that's always good news for any public school.
As for staff, there are 8 new hires at the schools. Dr. Dorr says the school district focuses on developing their teachers so that they can grow in their roles just as the students do.
It was a busy summer doing interviews and hiring people, but we are fully staffed and everyone's ready to go. And our veteran teachers have stepped up to become mentors for our new teachers in the district, and doing our mentoring and induction program, which is a great 2-year program that we put on for all new teachers in the district. And so everybody is dug in. We're a little over a week of that we've been in session so far, and so far so good. Things are going smoothly.
Inside the classroom, the school district is implementing a new elementary science curriculum. Apart from that, they are happy with recent academic outcomes.
So that's being fully implemented. We got it over the summer. The teachers have had professional development on how to use the program. So we're excited to see that implementation for the new science curriculum, and everything else is pretty much status quo in regards to all of our other core content areas. As far as curriculum goes, it seems, at least from our information that we've gathered, that it's been successful in its implementation, and we'll continue to work on that.
A number of renovations took place over the summer, mostly at the high school. Dr. Dorr says this is a culmination of an 8-year-long project.
So we will finish up the high school, doing some renovations in the halls and the science classrooms, the girls' locker rooms, and just very, hit and miss places that we haven't hit over the years. Put in new LED lighting, some fresh paint, some new doors, all things like that. And then over at North Elementary School, we will renovate the entire second floor of the grade school of the old building, and get it up to date and modernized as we have done in the past with the other buildings. Plus, we'll put some central air in the 1960 edition for both the grade school and the high school, and everybody will enjoy that.
More information on Nokomis CUSD number 22 is available at nokomis.k12.il.us and also at their Facebook page. Dr. Scott Dorr appeared as a guest on the WTIM Pana Morning Show. The Taylorville Kiwanis Club heard from the CEO of Taylorville Memorial Hospital at their Tuesday noon meeting at the Moose Lodge. Kim Bourne has headed TMH since 2015 and grew up on a Centennial farm near Pawnee. She told Kiwanis members she's been part of the Memorial Health System now for 36 years. Bourne shared that Taylorville Memorial Hospital employs 310 people that earn $27 million in salary and benefits, with many of their staff and being from Christian County. She added that 90% of the hospital's care and revenue is actually from outpatient care. TMH's emergency room has some 12,000 visits a year. Bourne told the Kiwanis Club that TMH recently received a 4-star rating and is the only hospital within 100 miles of Springfield outside of St. Louis to receive said rating. And they're also involved in the Taylorville community as a bike-friendly business and participating in the local school's backpack program. The Taylorville Kiwanis Club is part of a global organization of volunteers dedicated to improving the world one child and one community at a time. Weekly meetings are held Tuesdays at noon at the Taylorville Moose Lodge. For more information on the club, go to TaylorvilleKiwanis.com. The University of Illinois College of Agricultural, Consumer, and Environmental Sciences, is using the Farm Progress Show week as an opportunity to highlight their research. They hosted an event on Monday, says College of ACES Dean Herman Balero.
We love to lead in innovation and in agriculture and food, and the college, through the research, but the research that we can immediately translate to impact to the industry, that's what we're very fascinated about. I love your question because the Farm Progress brings a lot of great things to Central Illinois. One of those is that it catches the attention of an industry that is global. So we have a lot of delegations coming from all over the world to the Farm Progress Show, and we have put together something called International Agronomy Day that happens the Monday before the Farm Progress Show, because we have so many requests of people from all over the world, delegation from all over the world, interested in what we're doing in the college and what we're doing in terms of research and how the industry is looking. So we're going to have about over 300 people coming to the International Agronomy Day right before the Farm Progress Show. So.
The International Agronomy Day was held at the U of I's Crop Science Research and Education Center in Savoy. Moving now to obituaries, which can be found at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com and are brought to you by Sutton Memorial Home. This is Chad Sparks.
When a loved one passes, grieving family members and friends often are confronted with dozens of decisions about the funeral arrangements. Sutton Memorial Homes in Taylorville and Nokomis have been helping families in the area for over 55 years with these often difficult decisions. They offer pre-planning, traditional funerals, and cremation. Austin and the staff at Sutton Memorial Homes' goal is to make your family's transition easier in their time of need. Sutton Memorial Homes, where caring is what they do best.
95-year-old James H. or Jim Smith of Taylorville died on August 22nd. Arrangements will be made at a later date. 58-year-old Randall or Randy Lee Pertalar of Peoria, formerly of Taylorville, died on August 21st. Memorial visitation is September 20th from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at McClure Funeral Home in Taylorville. Memorial service will be September 20th at 11 a.m. at McClure Funeral Home in Taylorville. Interment will be at Glen Haven Memorial Gardens. Funeral arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home in Taylorville. '81-year-old Anthony Francis or Tony Durbin of Taylorville died on August 23rd. Visitation is August 29th from 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. at St. Mary's Catholic Church in Taylorville. Funeral service will be August 30th at 10 a.m. at St. Mary's Catholic Church in Taylorville. Burial will be with military veterans honor at Oak Hill Cemetery. Funeral arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Taylorville. 78-year-old James Mayer of Rochester died August 21st. Cremation rights have been accorded and no services will be provided. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Masterson Funeral Home in Kincaid. '72-year-old Monty G. Busen of Morrisonville died on August 21st. Cremation rights have been accorded and no services will be provided. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. 84-year-old Sharon Grab Kleinik of Nokomis died on August 11th. Visitation is August 29th from 9:30 a.m. until 11 a.m. at United Methodist Church of Nokomis. A celebration of life will be on August 29th at 11 a.m. at United Methodist Church of Nokomis. And 89-year-old Betty E. Allen of Taylorville died on August 15th. Visitation is September 6th from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at McClure Funeral Home in Taylorville. Memorial service will be September 6th at 11 a.m. at McClure Funeral Home in Taylorville. Interment will be at Oak Hill Cemetery. Cremation rights have been accorded, and funeral arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home in Taylorville. Get details on these and other local news stories at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com or on WTIM, WTIM is your only local news radio.